Over 60% of you haven't subscribed to the channel. That means if a video hits 1 million views, over 600,000 of you aren't subscribed. So if you enjoy the content, hit the sub button.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey guys, how are you all doing today? So a common question or comment that I see a lot in the comment section of videos and Instagram, whatever, is where is Anakin during all of the stuff in the Clone Wars? So we've gotten the Bad Batch, which we barely got Anakin in there, just a little bit near the end of that arc. And then we got Ahsoka's arc, which didn't have Anakin in it really at all, except for that one little scene. So a lot of the questions revolve around where's Anakin? We want more Anakin. And believe me, I'm one of the biggest Anakin fans out there, but we need more backstory and story building for these other characters. And then we'll get more Anakin. Now, the reason I think, this is my theory, this whole video is a theory video, why we're not getting much Anakin in this compared to the other seasons of the Clone Wars, is because all of these events are taking place during Revenge of the Sith, which I think is really cool, because while we get to build on Ahsoka's character, it ties into all of Revenge of the Sith and shows us that we don't really need to keep up with Anakin's story at this time, because we've already seen it, because, well, we have it in Episode 3. So they're doing this thing, at least in my opinion, and I could be totally wrong, which during all of this stuff is the start of Episode 3. So I think now that Ahsoka is going to Mandalore, this is when Anakin is just about to kill Dooku. So I'm thinking that him and Obi-Wan have to decide whether they're going to go and kill Dooku, or they're going to go to Mandalore and help Ahsoka defeat Maul, if they have any intel on it. And if they don't, well, they're continuing with the original plan anyways. But these are my thoughts on where I think the story is about to go, and once we end up in Mandalore, then we might start actually seeing some bits with Anakin here and there, because it'll carry into parts of Revenge of the Sith. Now, if you remember in one of the trailers for the Clone Wars Season 7, we got this scene right here, which shows the Jedi Council speaking to each other right before Palpatine reveals to Anakin that he is a Sith Lord. This scene right here,
Destroy the Jedi.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. That is right here from Revenge of the Sith. And this is a mirroring scene of the actual film. So this happened in the film. So I'm thinking we're really going fast. If we're about there and we only have about 4 episodes left, 9, 10, 11, 12, then we really must be getting close to Order 66, because there isn't much time for us to get to that scene. So now that I'm thinking about it while making this video, when Ahsoka goes to Mandalore, maybe Obi-Wan has already just about killed Grievous, or at least been sent to Utapau. Now, how Rex comes into contact with Ahsoka, I have no idea. Maybe the Jedi figure out that Maul is on Mandalore and they go there. I don't really know. Maybe the Pykes send out, some assassins to get to the Jedi or something because they think, Ahsoka was part of it. And the Jedi get wind of what really happened, and then they figure it all out and go from there. So in short, the reason I think we're not getting much Anakin right now is because we have his story in Revenge of the Sith, and in the timeline, this is all taking place at the same time. So while Anakin, is killing Dooku, Ahsoka is doing her missions with Rafa and Trace. While Ahsoka is going to Mandalore and fighting Maul, Anakin is learning that Palpatine is a Sith Lord, and then so on and so forth. I'm really excited to see how this all melds together, because as I said, we really have only 4 episodes left. And I know a lot of people have said, oh, okay, this feels like, it should be a 30-episode season, and while I'd love that, of course, that's not the case. We only get 12. Now, I think some of the episodes with Rafa and Trace could have been sped up a little bit, or, maybe even discarded entirely. But we have to remember that those all came at the sacrifice of building Ahsoka's story and who she really is turning into now. So if we're aware of that and we know that this is all for the greater good for Ahsoka's story, then I think a lot of us will be more in terms with what's going down. So this is my theory on why we haven't seen much Anakin in the Clone Wars as of yet. I think that's about to change very quickly, and I really hope we get to go into Order 66 and see a lot of the things that we never got to see before in the temple. Let me know what you think about the theory. Have an awesome rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and hit like if you haven't already. Until the next episode, remember, the Force will be with you, always.